Lower back stretches you can do on the job. Hi, my name is Olaf, and I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to make it easier to get through your day, especially if you have a one-sided kind of a job, whether you're a bricklayer, whether you're a carpenter, whether you're a tile layer, or whether you're on the floor. All these things create incredible stress on your lower back. One of the things you have to realize is that we're always bending forward when we're working in construction, and that puts a lot of stress on the part of your body that's trying to stop you from tipping over. You know, when you go like this, you bend forward. What's stopping you from tipping over? Well, it's in your feet and in your calves that's stopping you from tipping over. If you're on your knees and you have to bend forward, the only thing you can do is hold yourself from falling forward with one hand, and then the other hand is doing its work. That's very, very hard on your lower back, because if you can't put that hand there, then the muscles in the back are holding that while you're in, I would call it a funky position, but while you're in a position that is compromised for your strength. You know that when you're standing straight up like this is when you're strongest. You do your barbell lifts like this, you do different things, you do reaching. You're strong when you're standing like this. If you're standing on a ladder, that's a different story. But in a lot of cases, all the different things that we have to do, we have to lift things from here to there, we have to bring things here and there. They're all problematic for the lower back. One of the reasons is that the muscles that govern our lower back are hamstrings and quads. When they get to be overloaded, what they do is they put torque on our hips. And then once you have torque on your hips, for example, it starts making you do this. Very common. And the only way to fix that is to pull yourself back up. Well, that puts more torque in your back. So the key to that is unwinding the tension that's in the quads and the hamstrings so that the hips can naturally sit on themselves correctly and that you can stand erect. If you've been a construction worker for 20 years, you know how much stress you put on your body. You've got to do something that will allow you to relax that out somehow, and the best way to do that is to stretch. And from my perspective, because I teach this, from my perspective, you do a 2-second isolated stretch. You pick a muscle that you think is overloaded, or that you know is overloaded, or that someone tells you is overloaded, like I could do that. You then go ahead and stretch that muscle, and what that does is it puts the hips back into a more neutral position, and therefore puts less tension on your vertebrae, puts less tension on your discs, puts less tension on the muscles that support you on a daily basis. And that's one of the ways in which you can start relieving the tension that causes low back problems. So let me show you a couple of those stretches right now. They're really quite simple. You can start with a hamstring stretch. All you do is put your leg up on something. There's an advanced version where you lay down on the floor and you use a rope, but this is a handy way that you can just do a stretch. You see guys coming on the construction site, you see them doing their arm stretches, or they do this, or they're doing this, they're doing different things. If they were to apply those stretches 1 and 2, they would get better effect on the stretches than getting into it and holding it for a really long time. But I'm going to show you for the low back, I'm going to show you can do hamstring stretches, which is simply 1 and 2, and you feel that pull right here in the hamstring. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And you can see my nose is not too close to my knee. If I were to do about 100 or 150 of these stretches, my nose would be somewhere in around here. So that shows you that the muscle is lengthening. You can also do a stretch for the quads, and that's the opposite. If you need a place to hold on to it, and you can then stretch the quad, this is the easiest quad stretch you can do standing. You don't have to. You can do it in your construction boots. You can do it where you are. And that's 2 of the stretches that to me are the key stretches for relieving the tension that's in the hips to make it so that your lower back isn't under as much tension. So if you like what you've seen, I have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to learn more about active isolated stretching and how it can affect and work for you, please go to my website, stretchawaylowerbackpain.com.